Corona Depression from Sweden. Thanks, PewDiePie. This movie basically already tells you what's in the title. I could sum it up for you in a short amount of time, but I want to give credit where credit is due, with this film being mostly silent. Yes, you heard right, a silent, mostly silent film. Our main character does not say a word, but we can tell just as easily what is going on. Well, I thought I was going to get some goofy B-film movie like Llamageddon or Big Ass Spider. When I was watching this film, I didn't understand why it was just silent. But from COVID-21 lethal virus, my favorite part was actually the quiet scenes, what our main character was going through, and how it felt in the moment. This movie, however, does it well, but the execution was sort of meh. And I mean, this movie actually goes from 0 to 100 pretty damn quickly. And by 100, I mean it gets to you swinging your razor scooter at your ankle. That's how badly this movie goes off the walls. And also, pointing out there are two different posters for this. One of them I can't technically show. The other one I can get away with, but the other one has a gun, but they're both in the nude. So I have to do like something with it, so you know what I mean? Our main character comes back from the store carrying groceries, in which one of the items is like a 60-pack of toilet paper. As she washes her hands, you'll notice a common theme. She likes the wine. She basically is living as most of us did, watching videos and stuffing our faces. She even tries to learn the guitar. Not watching or listening to what the person is doing at all. I don't sound as bad as her, honestly. It's also not very tuned. It's also not mine. But to be fair, hasn't been worked on in a while. Which I assume this lady here does not know how to tune or do anything else, which honestly, most people would be like, hey, you need to tune these little tuners right here, or tighten your strings, or use a pick. So that way you don't screw your fingers, because she didn't have nails. See? Anyone who plays guitar can tell you, hey, if you don't have one of these, you're gonna get calluses and fuck up your fingers. Or if you have one thumbnail, you may break it just as easily. Fun fact for someone who actually is a percussionist. Well, long time percussionist. It's been 3 years now, 4 years now. So I'm being a smartass because she does not take any instructions from these people. Next up on the list of things new to try and do, cooking. And she makes burnt bread. I think. I can't tell. It's burnt to a crisp. Instead of, trying to save the burnt bread that she just had, she just goes to eating candy and masturbates instead. You think I'm joking, but they show her doing this multiple times. So anyway, she begins playing with makeup, selfies. Are we going through the 7 stages of grief or something? Like, what is this? In all honesty, I could sum up what she's doing in just a few words, and you could picture much interesting images or yourself doing something better than this, actually. Like masturbating yourself while playing the guitar. Is it illegal in Sweden to own a gun? It is illegal for a civilian in Sweden to carry a firearm, unless for a specific legal purpose, such as hunting or attending shooting ranges. Besides hunting, another common reason for gun ownership in Sweden is collecting. So is our main character a collector or a hunter? Because by looking at her in the way she acts, I'm gonna say neither.
So that to happen. Moving along.
Also, some of the photos she takes, she doesn't have her finger on the phone to take a picture, so she must be taking a video of herself. Ew. She cleans in her underwear, you do you, sweetheart, takes a bath while drinking wine, masturbates on the couch next to her guitar that has a broken string. I feel like she's gonna do that a lot here. She makes a mask out of some piece of clothing and opens her back door. She takes it off not even a minute later. What a complete waste of my time. She gets diarrhea at one point, and instead of putting her underwear in the laundry, she just throws them away. Yeah, I don't know how long it's actually been, but this poor lady is slowly growing insane. That and it doesn't help when she begins making faces in the mirror because, I don't know, boredom. I'm going to fast forward a bit, and you're not going to miss much, but these are some of the things that you probably would thank me later for not seeing, and or will probably be mad at me and want to go watch the movie instead for. Okay, so I'm going to stop the list because we got 24 minutes left. For some reason, she begins making herself not be able to breathe, like clogging her nose and choking herself. Hey, she's playing the choking game too! While naked. Very important information, that last bit there. She watches some war movie and begins to point the gun at her computer, pretending to shoot people. She points it at us and fires a Nerf dart. She goes to sleep and I guess had a midnight snack, and in the morning she wakes up aggressively vacuuming her bed. Aren't you glad I stopped voice acting everything beforehand? She drinks flat on the table after touching her stomach and realizing she's gained weight. Maybe the alcohol had something to do with it. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. Well, a human doctor anyway. After a minute and a half of fun, she throws up in the toilet. She begins throwing away wine boxes and tries to go out. Chickens out and then goes to the bottom cupboard and takes some drug. Later on, she begins dancing in a robe, cries for a few seconds before breaking her guitar. While in the toilet, her phone dies and her charger stopped working. What shitty timing. As a new form of entertainment, she pours hot wax onto her arm. Did anyone get as bad as this lady? Because I don't think I did. I mean, also, hot wax doesn't last for that long, so you still shouldn't do this, but... Maybe technically because I could go outside in my own yard, but I feel like I didn't have this issue. It might have been also because I had family to live with and she lives alone, but I didn't have this issue happen. I just mostly watched YouTube videos and made videos and tried to finish up my college work. So maybe that's why. Also, I don't know how old she is, so she could honestly be alone and she doesn't have to go to work or have anything to be like, hey, we're doing an online session, you know? So, I can't, but I have heard people doing something similar to this, but I still can't relate. She gets sexually frustrated and throws the candle into the water.
Okay.
But the dreaded thing happens. She runs out of toilet paper. What's worse is she begins having a coffee fit. She struggles to get up as she stumbles into the kitchen, falling to the floor where a wall of text appears. This movie ends by spelling vaccine wrong in a wall of text. I'm not reading, any of this. But from what I did skim through, I did see don't eat the bats, blame China and the US. We weren't the only ones breaking rules, And something about clowns.
Clowns. Clowns.
Good. The quiet scenes are done well, and going through the woman's life, while boring, is more believable than others I've watched. Wine at hand is nice, and same with the random candles that are just lit and are left unattended sometimes. Yes, that does bother me. Shut up. Gonna say it, and you can argue with me about it. I think this movie is what classes in the future will show children in the year
2044
to show how sad and lonely people were during this time. I'm not joking. It's either this or Barbie and Kinder go to White Castles with Joe Exotic. Bad. Like I said, I like the quiet scenes. What I don't believe is that she wouldn't talk at all during her time alone. At all. Most people would talk to themselves to make themselves sane or make up conversations with the voices in their head like the rest of us did. She has a phone call with someone and just laughs. I'm not shitting you. Scenes go on for too long. Like the cooking scene. She goes on for almost 2 minutes while trying to learn to play the guitar. It takes 3 minutes. I watched this woman masturbate more than I would have liked. No, my Christian eyes are burning, and the only thing that can save me is the Sailor Moon Eternal movies I watched to save me. But that didn't help because they were shit, but at least they were pretty to look at. What is our main character's name? I guess it doesn't matter, but I've just been saying her the whole time, and, I guess you're supposed to put yourself in her shoes? But at the same time, I kind of would have liked to have known this woman's name. We also don't know what she did beforehand. Was she an accountant? She dressed up like a business lady a few times, so I'm guessing that she could have been in some sort of office at one point. I actually don't know, and I guess that wouldn't bother me, but just now thinking about it, I kind of realized, hey, I know hardly shit about this character, and maybe that's why I was kind of so not into it, is because I didn't know this much about this character, besides her going insane and she liked to get drunk like a college prep student. Conveniently enough, whenever I was looking, through the footage of that again, I realized something. Her vibrator looks like this. This is called a Bella, and it pretty much is supposed to suck out all the pores, the blackheads, the whiteheads off of your face. But the cool thing about it is it has a mister. I don't have any joke for that. This is just, it reminded me of this. I found this in my house. I think my sister bought it, and I was like, wow, this looks like a weird vibrator. Miss that pussy. Hold on, and does it sound like her vibrator? The answer is yes.
Fraggle Rock hair.
Hello.
Oh, don't turn your body, don't turn.
Cringe, every guitarist. Cringe. Or better yet, probably gonna break a nail. I will.